Hey everyone, welcome and thank you for joining me. This is Martha Cherian. So, interesting title. What is better than money in the bank? Well, I'm going to tell you what's better than money in the bank. Gold. Gold is much better than money in the bank, and I'm going to go through some points right now and tell you why. First, I want you to think though. Most people in the West, let's concentrate on North America or US and Canada for now, okay? Most people in this part of the world, because we always talk about retirement here, like it's a big thing. We're brought up to think, all right, you work all your life and then at 60 or 65 you retire. And years ago people could because they had pensions and stuff, but that way of life is gone now. I mean, we all realize that, and Social Security is not going to help us, because I'm sure they're going to start tapping into that. So what if there's a way for you to retire actually in 3 to 5 years? Would you want that? Of course you would, because who wouldn't want to retire in 3 to 5 years? That's time, money, freedom, all in one. But now I have to ask you a question. Do you actually have a plan to do that? Most people don't, okay? I would say probably 85% of the people in North America probably don't really have a plan to get themselves retired in 3 to 5 years. So the numbers don't lie, guys. Now I want to ask you another question, and I want to give you some figures, okay? Since the Great Depression in 1932, okay, since 1932, the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power, okay? But gold has gone up over 43%. Again, those are numbers that don't lie. They're out there. Look them up yourself. Do your research, because this is all the truth. Now, a loaf of bread has gone up about 1,500% since then. A pound of meat, okay, ground beef has gone up about 600%. Gasoline shot up to close to 600%. The housing markets in many areas has gone up almost close to 1,300%. And now the price of a new car, okay, has gone up about a little over 1,000%. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you seen a 500% return or a 1,400% increase in your wages that you bring home, even in this last decade? No, you haven't, okay? And that's the big problem, okay? We can't get ahead. People that work, that get a salary, they can't get ahead of the inflation curve. It is a big problem, and it's the truth. And I look at it from now, back then. I mean, I used to work outside before we had a business, and absolutely, I talk to people today. People are still living paycheck to paycheck. And we realize that if you're living in the United States, back in December with the government shutdown, how many people that work for the government talked about living paycheck to paycheck? They were one paycheck away. If they didn't get a paycheck on the next cycle, they would have to talk to their mortgage company because they wouldn't be able to pay their mortgage or their car payment. How many people got their cars repoed at that time? So I don't want to get too into this, but the simple truth is that it is absolutely impossible to outrun inflation with our linear incomes right now. And the government tells you that there is no inflation. They keep saying there's no inflation, they're keeping it low, but they're really not telling you the truth, okay? So let's look at it this way. Here's some proof on inflation. Okay, back in 1932, if I had $100,000 in cash, that would just be worth about $2,000 in purchasing power today. Or let me break it down even further. It takes $100 today for what $2 would have got you back then in 1932. Now, if in 1932, if I was living back then and I had $100,000 worth of gold, you know how much that would be worth? $4.5 million today. $100,000 worth of gold back then would be worth 4.5 million today. $100,000 worth of cash back in 1932 would only be worth 2,000 today. So do you see that? You see the difference there? So gold has soared relative to the can't talk today. Gold has soared, has gone up relative to our paper money that we use, our fiat currency, because they just keep printing it and printing it. And there's really no store of value in it. And that's what is a fiat currency. It is, it's not backed by anything. So it's really not worth anything. So here's something that Voltaire said: a fiat currency will always return back to its intrinsic value, which is zero. Okay. Now, gold is the answer to everything. Okay. As far as money goes, it is a hedge against inflation. Okay. Gold is actually they're playing with the value of gold too. What gold is said to be valued right now is not true. Those numbers are being manipulated also. Gold is actually worth a lot more right now. Okay. So, but the problem is gold is expensive, right? Because it costs about maybe $1,200 to $1,300 an ounce. And most people don't have $1,200 to $1,300 if they're living paycheck to paycheck to invest in gold, and try to, get that hedge against inflation. So the thing is, this is my take, okay, on the whole thing. Karatbars gives that opportunity to save in gold in 1 gram, and it makes it really easy if you're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, listen, most people save a week. Most people, they'll take some of their money and they'll take, let's say, $100, and they'll put it in the bank and they'll save in the bank, right? But that's not, if you save over time, again, you're not earning any interest on it. It's not really worth anything because the paper currency keeps getting devalued. Why not take that $100 in paper currency? Why not save it in gold? We can store it for you for free. It's there. If you want a chip to you can have a chip to you. You can keep it in a vault if you want at home, because gold it's lighter, it's easy to store. Why not take that $100 and store it in gold, which in maybe 10 to 20 years, right? Because people start saving for their retirement. In 10 to 20 years, it'll be worth actually more than what you're paying for it now. Now, the thing is, most people also have like a 401k and all that, and that's great. Save where you can. But again, a 401k, it's played in the stock market. If something happens to the stock market, like right now it's really high, so your 401ks are high, and people say, oh, I'm safe there. You're not really safe, because look what happened in 2008. Everything fell and people lost a lot. People that weren't ready to retire, great, they built it back up again. But all those people that were retiring at that time lost everything. And they're working now outside. They're back in the working world. So listen, guys, if you really want to retire in 3 to 5 years and have that time and money freedom, look me up. I'm at begingold.com. I'm going to put the website there for you to go to. Look me up, because this company can really help you retire in 3 to 5 years, save your money, and get you out of debt that you're in now. It's happened. People in the company are doing it, have done it. People are still doing it. I'm helping people do this every day. So look me up. Remember, go to begingold.com. And remember what I said, gold is better than money in the bank. Thanks for watching. Take care.